Okay. Number 2, since it is my understanding that a Google site is considered a non-spam authority asset by Google, I was wondering if it was okay to use it for an actual local lead gen site. Of course. In fact, that's all Rob did for a long time. I think that's still his preferred method, isn't it?
Yes, that's all he does.
Yeah. He doesn't even like WordPress sites.
Look, go like right now. We've been showing it. Gordon, where have you been? DC Plumber. Can you just pop that up in
Sure.
incognito?
I'm not signed in here, so. That's all Rob likes to use is the G sites. So there we go.
So number 1, DC Plumber LLC. There it is.
Right there. That's
G
it.
site.
It's also that one there. Same thing. And that's a G site. So there you go. I mean, if you don't see RYS right there, then you've been living under a rock.
And no, not only that, because the next question, the next part of the question is about iframes. I'm like, Gordon, where have you been?
Yeah. So, and does Google have, so I'm sorry, let me back. Is it okay to use as Google Sites as a local lead gen site, or would Google look harshly at that? No, not at all. Remember, Google loves Google. Its own, right? It's very narcissistic. So Google loves Google, and it's so much easier to promote a Google site than it is anything else. In fact, that's one of the things that you can do to actually determine, like, low hanging fruit is create a page on a G site, right? That's optimized for the keyword that you want to target with maybe a normal site build. And then just give it, get it indexed and see where it lands. Because a lot of times, if you've got, if it's optimized well, just the page itself, and it doesn't have to be a separate Google site either, but like just a page on a Google site that you optimize for a particular keyword that you want to test and see where it lands. Now, obviously you're going to have to do more work if it's on your own domain than you would on a G site, because Google loves itself. But you can oftentimes find, if you've got a page that ranks on a G site that's optimized for a keyword that you want to target for a site build or for a page on an existing site, and it ranks fairly well without you doing any off-page SEO whatsoever, then that gives you a good indication that it's a keyword that could probably be optimized for, that you could rank well with some additional work, perhaps in some off-page or some really good internal linking from your existing site. If you were to publish that sort of a page with the same content on your money site. Does that make sense? So it's a kind of a good, like, what do we call it? Poking. We used to call it poking keywords. We do a lot of that with YouTube, but you can do that with G sites too. Would you agree? Absolutely.
I mean, we used to do it all. And I mean, that's a fantastic way to figure out how quickly you can rank it. And then you just transfer. I'm not going to tell you how to do it here. You just transfer the power over to the money site.
That's right.
And build more power into the money site so that you can really take over with the money side. I mean, and you can see it here that there's actually 2 in the DC Plumber. Sorry, went away from in the DC Plumber example. There's 2. Well, sorry, there's 2 properties in the map pack, and there's like 3 or 4 organic. So 6 out of a possible 13 are the guides. Think about that. Think about the power that's in that when you can do this type of thing working this way, because both of those had the same approach. The DC Plumber and the Plumber in DC, which is actually a WordPress money site rather than using a G site. So it's both approaches, and both you can see them. I mean, I don't see how else you can look at this except to say, holy shit, what have I been doing? Why have I not been taking advantage of this?
Yeah, I totally agree. Which, by the way, when I do launch my mass page project, you can bet your ass that our SEO Shield will be an integral part of that, and RYS expansions for each location that I build mass pages around. So I've kind of got all this planned out, and I'm really excited to bring it to you guys, but it's not ready just yet. So stay tuned.